Now, staying in the East, Shane, let's kick it on down to Rocky Top. Josh Heupel met with the media here on Tuesday, and before we jump into kind of his comments, Shane, I just thought this was interesting. I don't know if you saw it, but it's been going around. I think I saw it on ESPN official or SEC network or something like that. But Greg McElroy, we all know SEC network analyst, former Alabama quarterback. He's on record that this, I believe the quote is, completely unstoppable offense is what they're going to be running here at Tennessee. And I mean, I got a number of people that have texted this to me and asked me to provide my thoughts on it. And, I'm not trying to pump the brakes because we respect the hell out of Josh Heupel and his offensive system. Hendon Hooker, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. The potential is there, but you got to solve left tackle. That's kind of important.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Tennessee, and we'll get to Lynn J. Dixon here in a minute, but I still don't think Tennessee's got an elite running back. I think they got some good running backs, but it's a little hard for me to say this is like the greatest show on turf 2.0.
Right.
And we're looking for receivers to step up and emerge. Now, I know they got pieces there, but a lot of question marks for Tennessee, if I'm being honest, before we get to the Greg McElroy hype level. What about you?
Oh, Mike, I wish we could flip seats here and I could kick you out and listen to Greg talk all night long, He's trying to win me back, I think, because there's a lot of times I've wanted to turn him off, but this is what you want to hear as a Tennessee Vol fan. This is what you're expecting going into this season. Obviously there's a few things we're going to have to work out here in the offseason. Running back's not a big thing for me because I do think it's different for the University of Tennessee than it is for Florida, than it is for Texas A&M. We run a style of offense that provides opportunity for anybody back there in the backfield. So we don't need, Herschel Walker. We don't, we don't need the Clydesdale. We need somebody that could come in there and protect our quarterback, but also take advantage of those wide open spaces because there's going to be plenty of them with this Heupel offense.
Well, I mentioned Lynn J. Dixon, Shane, the running back from formerly of Clemson. Now he is officially eligible. He's ready to compete for the Tennessee Vols. And he's got 2 seasons.
Boy, he took off quick, didn't he? I think he's the hottest selling jersey up here in Knoxville right now. Hell, I was even getting lost. I don't know if some of them videos were sped up, but it looks like we got some more speed back there. So I'm excited for that. I mean, he's just doing dumb drills, and it's like 100 comments like, "We're back, baby," So I don't know if Heupel talks about it here in a second. He's got a lot to work on as far as the playbook. Yeah. But the main thing for me, Mike, is something that you started with at left tackle. This is a key area. That's what it is. Protect the quarterback. Our quarterback got a little banged up last year,
right?
And we cannot afford for that to happen again this year. We don't need him to win all aspects of the game. We don't need him to run. We don't need him to throw all the time. We need it to be a little bit more balanced, but he needs to stay vertical and not get hit. And that comes with protection. And that's why I don't think we rushed this running back out there just yet. And I'm curious, very curious, how this left tackle position plays out.
Yeah, and it's so critical. Shane, Tennessee gave up more sacks than any SEC offense last fall, but they do bring back 4 or 5 on the offensive line, so that it should be an improved unit to be sure. But that left tackle is so critical, obviously. But what I was going to say about Lynn J. Dixon, Shane, he's been in here for a couple practices now at Tennessee, and you get the practice videos, you get the practice observations, and apparently Josh Heupel spending a lot of time with Lynn J. Dixon at these practices trying to get him up to speed, which gives you an indication that, they brought him in here for a reason. This is not just a body that they did need depth, no doubt.
Right.
But they're not just bringing him in here to be a depth piece. They're bringing him in to use him. So that is something to keep an eye on. And then, I don't want to call this bad news yet, Shay, but I'm still Brew McCoy, receiver, still not eligible.
Yeah.
But we'll get to Josh Heupel's comments in just a second. It sounds like he's stepping up And if they had no confidence that he was going to play, I don't think they'd be giving him so many reps here in fall camp because they need some receivers to step up. So let's kick it over to Heupel. Talks Lyn-J Dixon, what he brings to the offense, that left tackle battle, and then some receivers stepping up. Bru McCoy, the second-year player, Walker Merrill, and then Ramel Keaton, who we're still waiting for him to emerge there on Rocky Top.
We kind of maybe take Hendon for granted after last year, but how was he today? What did you think about the quarterback play?
Really good, really efficient, effective. Handled the operation side of it extremely well. He's been in really good command of what we're doing offensively, keeping us out of bad plays, bad situations. Turning negatives into zero. Been decisive, getting the ball out of his hands. In complete command of what we're doing on the offensive side of the ball, run game and pass game, protections as well. Really pleased with his progress, through spring ball, but even after spring ball to where he is now. Did some really great things out there today. Yesterday had a great day too, and love where he's at. Keep fighting and be ready for week one. Go be your best.
Coach, sticking at running backs, this is the first time I think we've talked to you since Lyn-J Dixon joined the team. Just what's this past week or so, and I guess it's not even been a week for him, been as he tries to catch on, and what did you see from him today?
Yeah, with Laneith being out for the season because of the injury, felt like it was important that we continued to try to look for and add another body in that room if there was one available that fit what we're going to need. And since he's gotten in, right, he's in a race to understand and learn what we're doing as fast as he possibly can. He's been able to flash in some of our situational stuff that we've done. For him to go out and operate and function in everything that we're doing right now, he's probably not at that point. But I've been really pleased with the effort that he's put into it. He's competed in a really good way out there on the practice field and in the stadium, and looking forward to his progression here on the back half of training camp here as we push towards game week.
I realize this is a position where you have to go back and watch the tape and really study it, but that left tackle competition, anything stood out today or even in the other practices since we talked to you last?
Yeah, without going back and watch it, I would hate to comment on today. Overall, both of them are highly competitive. They've progressed from where they were in spring ball. They still got room to grow, they've handled it the right way, the competition between those guys. We will need them all. We will need those two, but we'll need them all up front. That's just the nature of the beast here in this league. So you're not just competing against somebody else, although you are, right? The competition's within yourself, and I'm pleased with what they've done here in the first week of training camp.
You mentioned the slot and feeling good about the what you've seen there here lately, but what about the outside receiver spot opposite Cedric Tillman? How are some of those guys coming along here in camp?
Yeah, I feel like Ramel's done some positive things. Walker Merrill's been out there and has made some plays, operated really efficiently. Bru's done some really good things in some of our practices. That's a point of competition here still on the back half of training camp, and we got to have multiple guys step up, and certainly would like at least one of them to step up and grab a hold of that position.
Oh, boy, man, he sounds fired up about old Hendon Hooker, though, doesn't he?
Oh, Mike, man, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I'm at a 10. I can't wait to see this offense go. No, I'm ready, and it excites me when he talks about the receiving. He did go on a lot about these slot receivers, but we need something on the outside. It can't just be the Tillman show. So, creating, because how many times have we thrown it deep? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of Hail Marys almost, it feels like, and that's what you got to do to stretch this offense. So we're going to need some of that deep threat there on the outside.
Yeah, and last little thing here on the Vols, Shane, keep this guy in mind. Freshman running back Dylan Sampson. Hearing good things about him. Now, can he pass protect? That's going to be critical to see if he can get him on the field. But I'm hearing good things about him, and I think he's a guy we're going to see on the field next season for Tennessee. Dylan Sampson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of names, Mike. That's one thing that I'm being real with you. Heupel's going. That's what he wants. He wants a lot of rotation. with every position, and I know a lot of SEC teams do that, but the way they run their offense, man, they have got to have substitutes ready, and it can't be. I mean, it's got to be competitive depth, and I'm feeling that vibe in camp that they've got more than one or two. You know, you're looking at even the left tackle. You know, I think he's confident in both of them, and that's what he wants. He wants both of them to be able to play, and that's I think what every SEC coach wants is just that competitive depth. And every season that Heupel's there, I think he's getting more and more of it.